people are rating us really, really low, which is understandable, I guess, because of the names here in the team. But I think that, I mean, there's a lot of stupid people.
Hi everyone, it's Tom reporting from the LEC Spring Split, and with me here is Jeskla, the bot laner for Astralis, who unfortunately did just lose against G2, but I have to say they put up quite a fight. How are you doing, Jeskla?
I mean, we just lost, but I think that the game was pretty good, like huge improvements from last week for sure. So, I mean, I'm not too sad about it. They're obviously really good, so no, it is what it is, right?
Yeah, I think if you asked the public how this match would go, I do not think that many people would have favored Astralis in this game. But as you said, the match looked pretty decent overall. So let's take a step back first. And you mentioned last week, which started off not too good for you guys. You did pick up a win against Vitality, but I don't think that match was very pretty to watch either.
No, no, it was disgusting.
So talk to me about learning from that match and heading into this week. Or learning from last weekend, rather, not just that match, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think we had like a discussion on Tuesday about like the week, because I don't think anyone was satisfied with how we played, because it was completely different to how we play in scrims, right? All the games, like we were much scared and just we didn't play as a team at all. So we had a talk this Tuesday, and this practice this week have been good. So I mean, hopefully like tomorrow, like we'll be able to show it, because obviously G2 is a really good team, right? And I mean, if we played better, I could have played better some fights. We could have won for sure, but I think that tomorrow we will be able to show like what we practice and actually play like we do in scrims. So
yeah, so you say that in scrims you guys play less scared, and that is something that generally you hear from teams, right? In scrims, when there's a 50-50, everybody just jumps in because it's just a scrim and who knows what can happen. So how do you get that mentality then shifted within the team? Because it was a team-wide performance, I think, where you could see the hesitance. And now against G2, you could see that you guys were following up on each other. You could see that you guys were coordinating the fights well. So how do you get that in line?
I mean, I think that we just had to realize that, I mean, last week was like a complete disaster for sure. I think that, I mean, we had a chance to win, like, I mean, I think that we could have easily won like all games, right? If we just played good and played like we were doing scrims. But like versus SK, we're scared to do something. Then versus Mad, we're scared to do something. Like we're not taking any fights. We're just slowly losing, right? And it's just torture. And then like versus Vitality, like we're not that scared to take fights, but you know, it's like no coordination. We're just taking we're just attacking like every champion we see, right?
Yeah.
And in the end, like it was a coin flip, and we won the game. So I think that like just realize that, I mean, it's not nice, you know. Like you rather fight and lose. Like actually don't play scared, so you can actually learn. Then just like sit back, relax, and lose slowly, right? I don't think anyone wants to play like that. And like we had talks, and I mean, it seems like today at least, like the talks worked, right?
Yeah, they definitely did work in the sense that you guys look much stronger. You guys look much more coordinated in your efforts to try to take down G2. Obviously, there's a difficulty that G2 just also has 5 top of the world class players, and I think that's just something that's maybe inevitable. But you guys definitely gave them a good fight. So I'm wondering, during the game, could you sense that excitement within your team growing? Like, hey, come on, guys, we actually, you know, we're playing well. We're giving them a run for the money in a few fights.
I mean, I think we were kind of on the same level whole game. I mean, maybe some times of the game were like a bit more stressed than others, but I think like we realized that after a while, like they can't really take Nashor, right? And if they actually take Nashor, then we can fight, and we should be able to win the fight, right? So it was like basically just who executed the fights better. And I think in the end was before Drake, we got caught. And I think that we just got like Senna Flash, Leona Flash. So I think that if we didn't get caught, which obviously happens, right? I think that we had a really good chance to win the game, because if we get like the Drake, then I mean we can just like die them basically, right? And hope we execute well, and we will basically end the game.
So is that then where you think the next step of improvement lies? Because you guys were already showing huge improvements in coordinating as a team, but now it's just the execution of team fights. Is that then the next step you think that you guys need to polish?
I mean, honestly, I think that from scrims, like I think we're pretty, like we are not that bad, you know. I think we're pretty good, and I think it's just all about just playing together, right? And on stage, at least, like just playing together and actually listening to each other and following the same calls, right? And actually, I mean, getting the fights we want. I think it's just like basically.
So picking your fights better, right? Maybe, and setting up for the fights.
I mean, I think there was a lot of nerves last week, and I think that if we just get rid of the nerves and just play like it's a scrim game, we for sure like can challenge like every team, right? I think that like we have done pretty good in scrims, right? And I think that we can challenge any team if we just play like we would do in scrims. So yeah.
Yeah, that you mentioned the nerves, and it's actually a very good segue in the next topic I want to ask, because you have a team consisting of Underdog, who has been here, but also players who are making a return to the LEC and giving a second chance to prove themselves, and rookies. So how are the nerves in the team? Were they high last week? Could you like sense, okay, these guys all have something to prove?
I mean, for sure, I could feel like they were nerves, right? I think that I had nerves like in the end of the Vitality game. I had nerves, but I think that at least for me, I didn't really have nerves playing like the first two games. But I could obviously sense that like we have nerves in the team, right? And we're not playing together at all, and nothing is going on. Like we're just like scared of dying, basically, right? And I think like. I mean, obviously, someone has to start the fight, right? Someone has to die sometimes, and it's just the way how it is. It's just the way how the game works, right?
Yeah.
And I think we're really scared of like actually starting a good fight when we have numbers advantage, for example.
Yeah. All right, now let's not dwell too long. You've already given great examples of things that you've learned, and it sounds like you guys have a good atmosphere within the team to use the lessons you learn on stage and turn them into productive improvements for the team itself. Yeah. So looking forward a bit more now, Astralis is not a team that's highly rated by many people. I do think that after the performance you guys showed against G2 today, there would be a lot of nuance to end there. But for you, as somebody, you come from Mouse, who were successful in the DACH, obviously, and you guys were just dominating there, and coming into a team where there's much more to prove now. How do you see this Astralis progress throughout this split?
I mean, for sure, our goal from the start is playoffs, and I think that like we started our bootcamp in December, and I think it went really well. Like we were beating most teams, we were playing pretty good, and then like we had a slow start in January. But I think that after like our week one, if we all like actually make effort to change, right, and actually make effort to improve on a daily basis, I think that's. Playoffs is like, I mean, it's easily like we can easily make playoffs, right? That's my goal, like that's team goal. So I think that, I mean, obviously people are rating us really, really low, which is understandable, I guess, because of the names here in the team. But I think that, I mean, there's a lot of stupid people, that's for sure. Right?
How do you feel about that underdog position? Is it something that maybe you can find comfort in because then you can play more freely without that pressure? Or how is that just for you to
I mean, I don't mind it, right? I feel like it's nice for me. I want to prove people wrong. And I think that, I mean, maybe people doesn't have like the highest opinion of me, but I feel like I'm like after this year with Mouse, I think like I learned so much and I proved so much. So I think I feel ready, which maybe I didn't when I was in Excel. So I feel like I have a lot to prove, and like I can do so much better, right? And I can actually like be one of the best AD carries, which is obviously my goal, right? And I think I can easily be that if I just like step up, right, and I can actually show what I can do.
All right, Jeskla. Finally, to round up the interview, is there anything you would like to say to the Astralis fans who have been supporting you guys and who will continue to support you throughout this split?
I mean, it means a lot, right? I think that there's not like a lot of people that believe in us, but the people that actually believe in us, like it means a lot. Like I really appreciate it, and yeah, thank you.
All right, yes, thank you so much for joining me for the interview, and good luck in the rest of the split.
Thank you.